Yes, people. What's going on? It's a Wednesday night special. Something out of the blue, but it's one of those justifications. Something that is more than required for tonight's guest tonight, and we are going to just do a bit of small talk while we wait. But we will be waiting for the WBC Heavyweight Champion of the World, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has a fight coming up against Luis Ortiz, which is I won't say highly anticipated, but it was an exciting first fight, and the rematch promises to be the same. We've seen quite a bit of promotion from Fox, which seems very interesting in terms of what they're trying to bring out of both guys in terms of their character. So yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to discussing with Deontay things around not just the Ortiz rematch, Tyson Fury. We all know that Tyson Fury will be fighting tonight, as it goes, in Saudi Arabia in his WWE debut. I'm sure a lot of people will be sort of looking into that and seeing what happens and what moving forward. Will we get to see that rematch between Wilder and Tyson Fury? We're also going to talk about heavyweight unifications. Joshua is clearly getting ready to prepare for his fight against Andy Ruiz. So you would say that, you know, potentially the winner of that could maybe want to fight Wilder if we can agree the contractual elements. We know that was a big part to play in the past in regards to really the two elite fighters which are Joshua and Wilder. So really looking forward to tonight's interview. Again, guys, for you that will be listening in, please feel free to call in and ask any questions. He will be listening in, and obviously we've already vetted. So I'm going to open the line and welcome our guest, the undefeated WBC Heavyweight Champion of the World, Mr. Deontay Wilder. Hello, Mr. Wilder.
One second, Kojo. 1 second.
No problem.
Kojo from Raps on TV?
Yes, Kojo Raps on TV. Deontay Wilder, how you doing, sir?
Baddest man on the planet, Mr. Deontay Wilder.
How you doing, sir? Good to have you on the platform finally. Thank you for giving up some of your busy time during this camp. How are you?
I'm doing good. And anytime, man. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. So we're over in the UK. I know you've been visiting quite a lot of late. So you were here in July for your tour. How was that?
Everything was good. I mean, every time I come across the pond, it's always a good experience, a good moment for me and my team. You know, I'm very loved there.
Mm-hmm.
I have family there as well, and you know, I'm looking to actually build me a house one day soon. There, you know, just because of the frequent amount of times that I fly over,
yes,
and back and forth. You know, so you know, sometimes I'm there and people don't even know. But you know, that's just how I learned to move.
Yeah,
I love to move. It's my everyday life. I move strategically, you know, and it's just been great for me.
Definitely, and it makes sense. Good investment. Use the money wisely. So Deontay, again, thank you for joining us. I think as it's well publicised, your rematch with Luis Ortiz, otherwise known as King Kong, is taking place in November. So it's really an opportunity to kind of ask you some questions around the rematch, talk about other things around boxing in general. Of course, Fury will probably come into it, but hopefully towards the end we'll ask you some questions around Africa as well, and Ghana specifically, in the boxing history. But I wanted to start and just talk about really how's camp been so far. You know, I know there was a press conference a couple of weeks back in LA. It's clearly you're in camp now. How are you feeling? How are you looking? How's it going?
Our camp has been amazing. You know, I came into camp, you know, sharp. So I'm just sharpening the iron a little bit more, you know. And by the time I'm finished, it's going to be an amazing fight. I can't wait to display everything that we've been working on in camp, and everything that we've been planning for. You know, I'm planning on getting him out faster than I did the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first time it was amazing what I was able to do. Although I didn't get any credit off of the smart things that I was doing in the ring, my intellect in the ring, which I never get credit, which is okay, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, what I did, I had the flu as well to be able to overcome adversity in the ring, you know, especially in the 7th round, and then to finish him off in the 10th round. It just was amazing to me, and to go into a fight that I'm going to be more healthier.
Yeah.
This time around, I'm not going to be sick. You know, it's like you can just play this movie out, this horror movie that's going to happen. And I can't wait. You know, Ortiz is he's a high respected guy. You know, he's high risk. And for that high risk, a lot of fighters, especially at the top 10, do not want to risk their record with him, you know, and it's just amazingly sad that these guys don't want to get Ortiz the opportunity just because they worry about losing. You know, what happened to being the best, you know, in the world, you know, the best fighting the best. That's what I'm all about, you know. I don't care about losing or winning. You know, at the end of the day, it's a record, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all want to win instead of lose, but you know, that really don't define you. What you do inside of the ring and outside of the ring is what's going to define you at the end of the day, at the end of your career. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to leave behind. I want to leave behind a hard act to follow, and I want to leave behind the people's hearts and minds like that motherfucker for everybody. He wasn't scared. Wilder was going to fight, and we know that when he had a fight, he was going to give it his all. He even talked about killing. That's how passionate he was about it. He was going to give it. And that's what I look forward to. And with this fight right here with Wilder and Ortiz coming up, they know that we put it all on the line. It's going to be amazing fight. I cannot wait.
Yeah, and is always we always hear the excitedness in your voice, especially in fight week when you said, you know, that famous line, "I can't wait." We hear that quite frequently. But in terms of the first fight, and you spoke about not getting credit, but I just want to speak about the first fight. How did you assess that, and what potential changes to training are you planning to make, if any?
I think the first one was a great fight. It was a lot of things that I could have done better, and we corrected it. You know, like again, I don't make excuses about nothing. But at this moment in time, I mean, I knocked him out already, so I can go back and say the wrong that was in there. You know, being sick made a lot of things difficult for me. If you ever had the flu, you understand.
Exactly.
For one, you're weak. It makes your body very weak, and you know, it's amazing how I was still able to do the stuff I did and still had power.
Exactly.
That just let people know, like, man, I am a gift from God, man. My grandma said I was anointed. You know, I'm just blessed, man. I just go up day by day trying to be the best.
Yeah.
I just want to be the best in the world and prove to the people that I'm the best. And doing that, you got to sometimes critique yourself. So we went back and looked at a lot of things. I think my jab, and I don't think I know. Everything is going to be sharp and superb. You know, my jab is going to be even better. This time, I think the first time I could have threw more jabs than I did. You know, but I wanted to consume my energy as well. Like I said, I was weak, so I had to, you know, consume my energy. We're going to be a lot smarter, you know, with the positioning, you know, of feet. You know, I saw myself sometimes in his inside of his feet instead on the outside of his feet, especially the times that I got hit.
Yeah,
I was more inside of him instead on the outside of him, which gave him the more advantage to hit me than I hit him, because, you know, it's awkward when you have southpaws and orthodox because of the stance. You know, it's just small things for us. It's just minor small things that we're going to correct. Yeah. You know, we know we're going to have the power no matter if it's the first round or 12. We know that God's going to have to be perfect for me, you know, all through 12 rounds, and I only have to be perfect for 2 seconds. You know, I know that I'm going to be more faster than him, you know, and I know at this point, you know, he coming in with a healthier, you know, champion as well. So,
yeah,
man, it's going to be amazing while it lasts. I'm just looking to execute everything we trained and went over in the gym.
Yeah, no, and that's good to hear, and I'm sure the fans that watched the first one will definitely be looking forward to that, the rematch. And just to talk on the first fight, I mean, I think it's well publicised that in the seventh round, you know, you were wobbled, you held on. We would say that you fought smart in terms of holding on to not let any distance be in between you and Ortiz. But do you look back to, actually, I want to take you earlier in the fight, the fifth round, towards the end of the fifth round, where you caught Ortiz and he seemed to be wobbled and you rushed in. Did you analyse that at all and say, this is an opponent that's quite dangerous? Actually, when we feel we've got him, we need to take our time, and not just Ortiz, other opponents.
Nah, I mean, you know, with Ortiz, I already, you know, when we did the stare down in the press conference, you know, for me, I go off of energy. I can feel, I can. It's just like a dog can sense when you have fear.
Yeah.
Humans can do the same thing. We have that intuition. We have that feeling that we can feel energy, and we feel when moves change from people. We do it all the time. You know, how many times people got mad? What's wrong with you? You acting different.
Yeah.
Your energy is different. You know, you can do the same thing when, you know, when you know when someone's scared of you, and you know when they're not.
Yes.
You can smell fear. You can sense it on him. And the first time, when I looked into Ortiz's eyes, his mannerism, even when around me, he was very confident. He wasn't not scared. And I told my guys, I said, he come to fight. I said, he come to fight. And I always had it in my mind, I was like, this is going to be a hell of a fight. He's a southpaw. He's a well-experienced Cuban. And he come to fight. He's not scared. So I already knew that he was dangerous right off bat, which he's still dangerous right now.
Exactly.
He's still a dangerous fighter. You know? Age don't define nothing.
Yeah.
Look how many. Look at the oldest guy. What you got? You got George Foreman that done it at 45.
Mm-hmm.
You got look at Bernard Hopkins. He is like at 40 something.
Yeah.
You know, age don't define a man. You
Yeah.
know, it's that fire and desire what you have inside of you that determines that. So we knew he was dangerous coming in. You know, I knew that he was dangerous. I knew that I was, you know, very ill. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a hell of a fight. And of course, it turned out to be a hell of a fight. So, you know, I don't put past none of these fighters, none of them. I don't. You know, I come in as if they the best as well.
Yeah.
You know, we put our life on the line at the end of the day, and I value that because I have 8 children that I say I'm coming back home to.
Exactly.
I don't care what's going down. I'm coming home, and that's just my mentality.
No, definitely. So again, so the rematch is there. It's on Fox. First time with Fox. We're starting to see a bit more promotional activity in terms of behind the scenes footage, promos. How are you feeling about the fight being on Fox as a pay-per-view, but even working with them as a network and sort of the image they're trying to publish of yourself? How are you feeling with that partnership?
Oh man, you know, Fox, you know, it's been amazing to me. You know, everything has been great. You know, I'm loving the energy that I get from the people that works into Fox as well. You know, they always thoughtful and they always excited to see me. You know, it's amazing. You know, and that's the energy that you need. You know, when you have networks and you guys are working together. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. You guys work together, so you guys, you know, be able to lift each other up. Mm-hmm. You know, in any type of situation. I'm looking forward to being able to fight, you know, on Fox pay-per-view. I fought on Fox before, but now it's just feel like I'm all the way in there. They all the way invested in me. I'm all the way in there. We're fighting on this pay-per-view, and it feels good. You know, we're doing great things. Me and Ortiz already hit, you know, over 2.2, 2.2 and a quarter homes already off of the, you know, the promo for the fight. So that's amazing. To have 2 million and a quarter homes, and then you don't even know how many people in one household that saw it off of one TV.
Exactly.
You know, so it's amazing. We broke records. You know, they only have done that. They only have done that just with football, which is, you know, is a problem, very huge in America. Mm-hmm. You know, but other than that, that's record breakers. You know, we came in and we already doing that. So it's turned out to be a great thing, you know, for me, and I'm looking forward to not only just doing this one, but doing many, many more. With Fox. It's going to be refreshing to have new commentary, commentate my fights.
Exactly.
You know, I never had commentary to really just assess me properly, you know, and be excited about what they see. It's always what I should and could be doing. It's like they always talk better about, you know, my opponent than they actual champion that's on the show.
Yeah.
I never understood that, but you know, whether it's hate or love, and there's a lot of jealousy in the sport of boxing. There's a lot of double standards.
Yeah.
But you know, God is good, man, and I'm just happy to be the king of the boxing. Period. Ain't nobody that's more excited than Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Let's face it. You know, and that's self-explanatory because what other fighter you know?
Hello. Yeah.
Not look down, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. One of the fighters, you know, you have to be perfect with for 12 seconds, for 12 rounds, and you don't have to be perfect with because of the tremendous power, the devastating knockout that he displays. You know, I don't want to seem cocky or arrogant. I'm just stating facts of what I see, even with things I've done. People come to see knockouts in boxing at the end of the day. And if you have a guy that can knock another human being out at any given time, at any given round, any given minute, or any given second, man, that's most CTV.
Yeah. I mean, I think you've spoken quite clearly, Deontay, and you are right. When we look down the history books and we look at especially the heavyweights, because that's where the big punches really are. There are few guys that can say they've knocked down every single person they've faced. Even if they've not got the knockout first time, second time, obviously with Stavern, we saw what happened. But even with the Fury fight, we saw you put him down. So it is a great reputation to have. And I think you said it in the past. So what about the skill set? Everybody has to get in the ring and do what? Fight. So I think for you, Deontay, you just got to keep doing as you're doing, right? What more can you do?
Most definitely. You know, I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm doing something right because I got thus far. It's just the love that I'm receiving, that I've received for these past several months. You know what I mean? It's been amazing. You know, I definitely have seen the roles reverse. The conversation about me have reversed, especially with the negativity into positivity. People have really started to understand the beauty and seeing that this man is a true blessing and a talent to us. We may not understand why he do certain things or how he is, but we got to understand that styles make fights. Yeah. And those that understand, you know, my favorite saying, what's understood don't have to be explained.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, you know, it's amazing just to sit back and see, you know, and I think when I said to this day, that went virally, went around the world, I think that, man, that was one of the strongest things I could ever say because of the love that I have, especially for my culture of people and the support. Yeah, I've seen that reverse as well because we can be very envious of each other, and that just only goes back to the brainwashing and people instilling that in our mind that we got to go against our own and shit like that.
Yep.
Years and years and years of mentality change and people trying to intimidate us and brainwash us. You know, but it's coming back around. Black excellence has hit an all-time high and it's continued to grow. I just love to be a strong person and have a platform to be able to speak for my people. You know, I love all people, but I love my people. And to speak, I know who I am. I know what I stand for, and I know what I represent. And when you know that, and you're a strong man, and you love the skin that you in, man, it's always going to make out to be for a great show. You know, and for people to look up to and be able to have that inspiration and someone they can look up to motivate them all over the world, no matter what race, gender stuff, you know. But it has been a task for me. It has been many hurdles, and I've overcome many adversity. You know, just dealing with me in my career, and I just wanted to express that. It's just all that package in one, And just to say that, I just appreciate all the love and the minds that has been changed towards me, and them seeing just this beautiful flower, this rose that has been bloomed. I've been here. I've been here. But, I don't fault no one. Everyone is subject to their own opinions about me and stuff. And I just want people to understand and evaluate who I am as a person and who I am inside of the ring. Of course, I'm day and night. I'm two different people. But if you love me wholeheartedly, unconditionally. And if you don't, then stay that way.
Yeah.
Just be that way. One day, I am going to change your mind into your negative thoughts into positivity. And then at the end of the day, when I retire, or hopefully it's before I retire, it won't be nothing but all love.
Yeah.
Talk about Deontay Wilder.
No, definitely. And as you're talking about love, an area I would like to get onto is respect. And as a boxing fan, that's why we started this platform. It was really refreshing to see you and Tyson Fury kind of go at it at the end of last year, risk your O's, if so to speak, to kind of go toe to toe. Just talk to us a little bit about two things, I guess. The respect for Fury as an individual, so this is 3, and then obviously his transition to this WWE move, your thoughts, and will we ever see the rematch? Because I think boxing fans are eagerly anticipating that rematch, which is probably looking like next year, if anything.
Well, him as boxing is boxing. I don't have no problem. It's only probably a handful of people that I have a problem with.
Yeah.
That's in boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I would say I don't care too much for. I always treat people with respect. No one will never see me acting out in public unless negative energy is brought to me. It's disturbed my peace. Even if you're an enemy of mine, and I don't even know if I have enemies, and if I do have them in the world, they are haters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm a peaceful person. My energy is always peaceful. People love to be around me, no matter what. They love it. I never understand it. But I just know that the positive energy that I releases off, it releases off in the atmosphere and the energy around the people that I'm around, and allows them to release their positive energy, and it just be a great vibe every time, no matter where I go, what country, or people that I'm around. Is always great vibe and great energy. And with these guys in boxing, I don't have no ill will towards anyone. That's in boxing. Like I said, only a handful of people. And some people can understand who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Without having to name drop. But even with Fury, if I saw Fury out, I would shake his hand. We would laugh. We'd probably have some jokes.
Yeah.
But when it comes to boxing, I'm very serious. When it comes to being in this sport, you got to be serious in this sport. In this sport, we ain't here to make no friends. We here to fight and put on a great show, because at the end of the day, no matter how much I love you, I'm going to have to go in the ring and still knock you out. And I'm going to say I did it because I loved you.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you do things, and, just like, that's why I love the sport of boxing. Because, when I came up, it was all about, if you got your ass whooped, you live to see another day. Y'all can get up, y'all can dap it out, hug it out. Hey, next time I got you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I am. I can dislike you or have something against you that I want to really seriously hurt you. And then when we exchange energies in the ring, when that's over with, like, we good. Like, it's just like you relieved yourself of that negative energy. You released it out into the universe. You allowed it. So now it's just like refreshment coming in. And that's how I look at it. That allows me to be able to handle people, all types of people. I don't have no ill will towards nobody. Like I said, I want all my blessings to come my way, and I don't want no distractions, of me trying to reaching my blessings. I'm looking through subliminal messages, and I'm understanding not only appreciating the small blessings, but also, appreciating, not only appreciating the big blessings, but also appreciating the small blessings. And I don't want to get distracted from missing out on different things. So I try to have a pure heart and a understanding mindset towards everyone. I know everyone is not for me. I know, and that's just how I am as a person.
Oh, sorry, I thought you stopped there. It's my line. So with Fury, in terms of he's fighting in WWE tomorrow, I think. Will you watch that? And is there any talk or any thought of a potential rematch with Fury when we might get that?
I mean, if we get the channel, I don't know what channel. I haven't heard too much about it. You know, I've been in camp and stuff. Things have been crazy in camp. So, you know, we have a regimen that we go by time frames and stuff. Mm-hmm. But if we get to spend time, I come across something, you know, why not watch it to see what's going on, you know?
Exactly.
You see, I mean, you know, if that's what he want to do, then, you know, people should be happy for him. I don't, you know, any kind of way you can try to make a little change here, a little change there to support the family, hey,
exactly.
You know, do what makes you happy. I tell you, Wilder definitely does what makes him happy.
No.
You know, you got to do that. You know, I'm not a judgmental person of what people does in their life. I can care less.
Yeah.
But if asked about it, you know, I wish well. Mm-hmm. I care less, but if asked for whatever my feelings, I wish everyone like the ultimate best of blessings. May blessings rain and pour on you each and every day.
Yeah. Because
I would expect the same thing from others for me and my family. You know, and as far as the rematch concerned, you know, we signed the contract. We signed the deal February of next year. This fight is going to go down. If it doesn't go down, then consequences and actions is probably going to be taking place. Mm. You know, but I have no doubt that both men will show up, and we're going to give y'all, you know, a great fight just like we did the first time.
Oh, no, definitely. Looking forward to that. So in other, I guess, boxing news, a couple of weeks back, we had a new entrant in the heavyweight scene, Alexander Usyk. And leading up to his fight, he kind of publicly called you out. And I think really afterwards, he was saying that, you know, you probably wouldn't fight in Ukraine. Just tell me your thoughts on Usyk in the heavyweight division. But also, why do you think people forget that you were ready to go to Russia and fight?
You know, with this Usyk talk, you know, he's the least guy on my mind. You know, I definitely haven't lost any sleep about this guy being in the heavyweight division. You know, a lot of guys is motivated, you know, when they're coming from, you know, cruiserweight and try to come up into heavyweight or any type of weight and just working themselves up into the weight. But when you come in the heavyweight division, this is the monster division. This is the killer division. And, you know, of course you got to talk that talk and stuff. And when it comes to talk with me, you know, you got to prove yourself. Over time, I always say be careful what you ask for, so you shall receive. And we know I'm the killer up in the heavyweight division. You know, I don't play around. And as you can see that when he got in this division, you know, he had Chaz Witherspoon that only took the fight in 4 days' notice and was able to beat him up like he did. The dude got so, you know, the only reason the fight was stopped because the guy got too tired. He wasn't even in shape. Just imagine if this man came in shape. We haven't seen this guy since Jeff Mitchell.
Yeah.
That's been a hell of a long time for this guy to come back and put on a performance like he did. He couldn't even get him out of there. See, these guys get the desire to come in the heavyweight division, not thinking that, you know, you're gonna gain more weight. Your powers, you're not gonna be the same because your body is not used to the weight that it's been, so you're gonna be slower. You probably ain't gonna be able to move like you was moving at the lower weight. Yeah. Because you're not used to it, you're not comfortable with it. And then when you get into it, now you're dealing with different heavyweights. And you got to be careful with that. Of course, you're going to be able to outskill some of them, but when you get to the elite guys that's been doing it and been doing it for years, and your ass just a visitor to this division, you just coming in here talking crazy, you're going to be a rude of awakening. And I just sit back and laugh at these immature moments, because these immature moments in time, the phase that he's going through. And I see that his conversation about fighting me immediately changed after Chaz Witherspoon did what he did to him. Now he wanted to put out, well, he won't come to Ukraine. And of course I'll come to Ukraine. Like I said, I was about to come to Russia and whoop Alexander Povetkin ass. Easy. I was in the best shape of my life. That's still one of the best camps I ever had. Because I know I was going to enemy territories. So why wouldn't I not come to Ukraine? But you got to get your weight up first. You know, fight some of these top 10, you know, contenders. There's a lot of them out here. It's a lot of them out here. Fights on these top 10 contenders, you know. Once you prove yourself with them, then shit. I'm right. I'm always right down the street.
Yeah. And
these guys, you know, you know, if you want to risk and put your life on high, come to a Deontay Wilder.
Yeah. No.
You know.
I think everybody kind of hears you when you say that loud and clear. And I mean, you mentioned the top 10, but there's a new entrant, Derek Chisora, who just fought on the weekend, just gone. He's now in the top 10 WBC. I think a lot of people would like to see you fight in the UK. Any chance, a bit of matchmaking here? Any chance you could maybe put Chisora onto your list should the Fury fight fall out?
Man, you know, anything is possible in boxing. You know, me and Derek supposed to have fought years ago. You know, I ended up getting into some little trouble that I couldn't even travel outside the country. You know, which was a crazy situation when we look back on it today. You know, when things settled out and we see certain things like that, you know, we knew what it was, but you know, it just had to, you know, it had to brush over.
Yeah.
You know, that just, you know, part of your life. Sometimes you go through things prevent things from happening, and you have a blockage of a blessing, and you just have to learn from your lessons and move on and move differently. That's why I move so strategically now, because of lessons that I've learned in my life. And at this point, man, you know, me and Derek have built a relationship. You know, it's pretty good. We talk now, you know, privately. And, you know, he's a good friend of mine, man. I love Derek. Next time I come to England, we're going to get up. We're going to have to go out and grab some food. I couldn't do it with him the last time because I was busy. We were planning to get up. But, you know, I'm going to definitely make time, you know, the next time I'm over.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, he keep winning. You know, he's doing what he's doing. I'm loving what he's doing. I love that knockout with Spuka. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to seeing the Parker fight. I was so disappointed that didn't happen. And, you know, I knew he was going to be David Price, you know.
Yeah, no.
And, you know, I'm just wishing him well. And who knows, man? You know, that could be something that could definitely happen, you know.
Exactly. Who knows?
You know, me and Derek, you know, who knows? You know, I just love his warrior heart and mentality that no matter what, he's still in it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he's a living witness and proof, bro. I mean, how many times he can fall for a world title is crazy, but the thing about it doesn't matter about wins and losses at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Because, you know, it doesn't. The only time it's over for you in your career is when you yourself hang those gloves up. Because look at Derek. Mm-hmm. How many times he done failed?
Yeah.
But still, how many times he will overcome adversity and still achievement.
Exactly.
And still on his pursuit of getting to the top. Or still one day I want to be champion of the world. He's still going, bro. That's, you know, that's motivation. You know, that's encouraging. Just, you know, for me, and it should be encouraging for a lot of other fighters that's looking at their career ain't going like they want it. You know, to tell yourself, man, if my career is not going like I want it, I don't have to use some type of drugs. I don't have to use no type of enhancement drug to make my career pop or give me an advance. I can just go back into the gym, feed myself, strengthen myself, you know, and whatever my weakness is, I try to delete as much as possible and go to give it all I got.
Yeah.
You know, Derek is a prime example, man. Not only with Derek, but a lot of other guys in the division that still, you know, coming up and trying to get it, and still, you know, no matter how many losses they take, that ain't gonna define them.
Exactly. No, definitely. And I think you're right when you said about Chisora and his bounce back ability. Towards the end of last year, he obviously got stopped by Dillian Whyte. You would have argued 2019 may not have been such a good year for you, but he's finishing in fantastic fashion with lots of potential opportunities, even a title shot maybe. So I think you're right. You've got to have that Derek Chisora mindset of just keep going, not listening to your haters as well, right? But Deontay, what I wanted to say is, so I'm not sure if Chris and Tim briefed you. So we're a live, unique show in the UK, so we get a lot of fan interaction. So what I wanted to do was, we've obviously published to our audience that you'll be calling in. So I just wanted to open the line to them, let you hear some comments from some UK fans, and then you can address them. So stay on the line, and I'm just going to open up the lines to two callers, and then let them make their comment, and then you can respond once the calls are done. So I'm going to open the line to 4 488 488. The floor is yours. Hello.
Hey, Joe. How are you, Deontay? It's Dave Joe from the Boxing Voice. Just a few comments, really. First of all, welcome onto the show. It's a great show. The thoughts on Tyson entering the WWE, is that a good thing for the sport in general? And secondly, as well, with WBC doing franchise champion, do you see yourself being elevated to that status or a super champion, or what's the criteria? Have you been in talks with Sullivan regarding this?
With the franchise champion, no, I haven't been contacted about that or anything. To be honest, I really don't understand it. Why we need a franchise champion, and I heard it was after that it's another type of champion. Look, at the end of the day, it's too many belts in the division. Period. It's just too confusing. If it's confusing to the fighters itself, and we're in the business, just imagine to all the fans that enjoy boxing. It's just too confusing. That's why I always say one champion, one face, one name, and that just throughout all divisions. So simplicity is what I enjoy the most, and that's what people can be able to make it easy for them to have one belt in the division. But belts, as many as belts there is, more sanctioning fees, and that's what it's all about. When you look at these belts, the sanctioning fees, and to be honest, I'm not at this moment in time, I'm not going to entertain no franchise belt. I don't like the criteria that comes behind it. What I've been hearing about, you don't have no mandatories, and if you get beat, you're still a champion and all that. No, you changing up the whole definition of becoming a champion and a contender, trying to get that glory to say, and the new. And the new, that's the special moment about being able to be the champion and switching over those belts to hear those sweet words. And the new or and still, it's like, well, if you can't, if you still gonna be a champion, it's like, and you're not giving up. It's so confusing and scrambling to me, and it's like I'm not gonna entertain that, But in the second part with the WWE, I mean, I don't see where it can be a bad thing. The only problem is where I see one, it's a good thing, and it can be a bad thing. The only bad thing that I could see in the situation of going to WWE is that although it's all an act and you need it's performance and stuff like that, but one thing that's real in wrestling, that's the preparation, that's the physical part of it. You can get injured, just doing the physical part and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that Fury is risking, to injure himself, open up his eyes, or break an arm, sprain an ankle, something like that. But other than that, I don't see why it won't be a great thing, because it would be good for publicity, for him, to the American fans to know a little bit more of him. Because as we can see, when he had his last outing in Vegas, his first one, he only sold 3,500, and the second one, it was like 50. It went down even lower to 15. So I think this is going to give him a little bit more boost for publicity, and that's the only two things I see out of that, and I'm a believer in whatever you want to do, no matter if it's a risk or not. If it's something that you want to do and that's going to make you happy, then do it. Who is anyone in the world to say, "Now you shouldn't be doing that, you should be doing this," because we can be very critical of people when they do things. Yeah.
So, and Deontay, we're going to move on to the next caller. So, Dave, thank you very much for calling in. We're going out to 985. 985 is one of our residents. Hello.
How you doing, gents? How you doing? How's it going?
We're getting not too bad, Daniel. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, Kojo. Very well.
And any question for the champ? Or
not
comment?
Really, just keep doing what you're doing. Really, just keep doing what you're doing. That's all I can really say. Really.
Perfect. So we're gonna move to the next caller. Appreciate that. 041.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I told you a lot of support there. 041. Hello, 041. We're gonna mute you in 5 seconds. 041. You got the heavyweight champion calling you?
Going once.
All right, you've gone twice. Perfect. So I think I'm gonna open this one. It's anonymous. I'm just gonna check it out. If there's anyone funny, I'll mute it straight. Hello. Hi.
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
How are you? The name is Olu. I called before.
Yes. Hi, Olu. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Good. Well done, guys. I want to talk to the champion.
Yes. He's there. Ask him a question.
Yes, sir. Hello. Yes, sir. Hello. How are you? I'm good. I'm good, sir. Congratulations on your reign. I have a confession to make. I'm a big boxing fan. I'm not necessarily a Deontay Wilder fan, but I do respect you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And, go ahead. The reason I respect you is, people praise you, people criticize you, but you get the job done.
Exactly.
You get the job done. Yes, sir. Most definitely. I'm a fan of boxing. I've seen guys who they say are technically better, may have better footwork, whatever. But one thing, but at the end of the day, it's about winning.
Exactly.
And that right hand, baby. That Deontay right hand, baby. I don't know. I mean, you're 15 stores, and some of these guys are 18, 19 stores. Yeah. They don't have the power you do. I don't know where it came from, but just keep doing. Look, for those of us who said, "Oh, you're not the most technical, you're not the most skillful," all I can say is keep doing what you're doing. You know why? It works.
Exactly.
Amen.
So thank you very much. Appreciate that, Olu. We're going to move on.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. So, Deontay, just there you could see the UK fans here got a lot of respect for you. This was a very short notice show. We typically broadcast on a Tuesday. So even on a Wednesday night with soccer and football games happening, we've still got some callers. So before, I know you've got a busy afternoon. So just a couple of questions I wanted to ask you. And I guess, number one, you spoke there and I guess Olu spoke about the power and you spoke about belief. And I'm quite into the whole, understanding where we're coming from to know where we're going. Agree with you on the Black Excellence. Are you interested or are you doing anything? I saw you linked up with a charity that are doing anything in Africa. Are you planning to visit anytime soon? Can I throw Ghana at you as an option? What's your thoughts on the motherland in general?
Man, there's a lot of things that have been going on with me. I got 5 different countries that want to host me. I will be visiting Africa after my Ortiz fight.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be shortly after. And we're going to do a tour over Africa. We're going all over Africa. Ghana is going to be a place. Lagos is going to be a place up in Nigeria. All that's going to be a good place. And this is going to be multiples of trips. It's not going to be just a one trip and one and done it.
Yeah.
We looking to go over there multiples of time, and I'm looking forward to it. We also I got the owner of African Ancestry, .com. We submit my DNA in there, so I'm also going to understand even more of my region that I'm from and the tribe that I'm from as well. So it's going to be great to put that information out there, and I can find a place. There's a lot of ancestry, DNA places that put out information, but African Ancestry is the best because they have so much databases from all types of regions that's up in Africa, and they can just pinpoint everything, about it. And I want to learn a little bit more about my roots and where I'm from. As a black man, as a black culture, it's like, it seems like we're the only culture that really don't know our true identity.
Yeah.
Because of the situation that we was occurred years ago before time, because, I know for a fact that when my DNA and stuff come back in certain things, like Wilder, I'm probably not even Wilder, you know what I'm saying? It was probably something that was formed along down the lines and lines of generations coming over here through slavery and different things like that that I understand. And so as you know, as my culture of people, we have to do certain things like ancestry or African ancestry to really pinpoint like where the fuck we're from, what you know, where my ancestors from, and what you know, and it becomes fascinating to me because the older I get, the more I want to you know, lash out and I get curious about things in my mind. It's so open as a human, and I just want to know. So when I go over there to Africa, I'm gonna know a lot of things even more deeper than I know about myself, and I'm gonna spread the information. And I just can't wait to just go over there and just spread the love and go to the motherland and be like, man, just feel like you're free, you're here finally, and it's gonna be a great moment for me. Got a lot of people over there waiting on me to come too, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna act crazy in the streets. We're gonna show nothing but love. We're gonna bring positive energy, and it's just gonna be a big festival full of love from the champ as the people show love to the champ and the champ show love back. You know, that's what we're looking forward to.
No, definitely, and like I said,
I'm also working with.
Go ahead.
Also working with the organization Usyk Africa. We deal with a lot of issues and dealing with HIV and getting kids, medicine and stuff like that. So I'm definitely an ambassador of that. And,
nice.
And we'll be traveling to Africa many times throughout for that organization as well. So Africa's going to be able to see the champ many times.
Yeah.
And trust me, when I get there, people, don't be shy. Don't be hesitant.
Yeah.
Come and show me love, as I'm going to show you love as well. It's going to be amazing.
I tell you. And I know we really look forward to seeing more developments on that. Like we said, Ghana's definitely the place to go. I could do a big sell for you, but I think I'll speak to Chris and Tim and put the messages through there. Deontay, I'm getting absolutely hammered here. I've got two callers that are just saying, please, they just want to say something. So I'm going to put you on mute and I'm just going to let them speak and then you can respond. So I'm just going to give them 30 seconds. So 593.
Okay, sounds good.
593. Just fire your question and then he will answer it afterwards. So hello.
Coach, it's Dean Sinclair.
How you doing, Dean? You well?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good. What's your question for the champ?
Chris, I know you're busy. So, quick question for the champ. Would you fight in Nigeria? Because I'm not going to lie, I'd love to see you and AJ out in Nigeria. Forget the UK, forget the US. I'd love to see Wilder, AJ in Nigeria personally. Is that something we'd like to fight?
Thanks, Dean.
I'm very open to a lot of locations and a lot of places, and see that he have roots there and I do as well. I mean, that'll be an amazing place to fight there in Nigeria. Why not? I can see it now. All the fans coming out, all the people there. Celebrating, having festivals. Just break. Man, it'll be a beautiful. When I see that and I see the image of that just unfolding and playing, even just to hear the excitement in your voice to ask that question, I know that voice would transpire to others and they would be overwhelmed with that. So that's definitely something that I definitely entertain if that opportunity came. Oh,
perfect. That's great to hear. So moving on, it's 734. The floor is yours. Hello. Oh, another mute. Is that 734? Oh, okay. We're gonna move on. 307, and that's the last one. 307.
Yes, Coach Jones, Monga. How you doing, bro?
How you doing? You're here with the champ. What's your question, bro?
First of all, champ, a big fan of yours. I can't wait to see the fight. And just a question. So, depending obviously on your result and depending on the result of the Joshua and Ruiz fight, would you be looking at a possible fight with the winner? Obviously Joshua we've been talking about a long time, but if it was Ruiz, would you be up for that fight next year?
Well, well, first of all, thank you for being a fan of mine. I really appreciate you so much. And if Joshua wins, I really want to know how, that direction would goes. I hear a lot of things, but you can't go off of what you hear. You can only go off of the moment in time when it comes near, and I'm just, if he does win, I'm going to look for, we'll just be sitting and waiting. We'll be doing our own thing and let them be ready. We all know that it was a situation that that was drawn out for months and months at a time. But it's new eras, it's new time in boxing, and we're letting people understand themselves and getting their career together. And if it's the right move for them, it'll always be the right move for us. We'll be waiting. If Ruiz win, then that's an easier fight to make because he's actually in my stable. So that'll be an even more easier fight to make in the Joshua fight. But at the end of the day, man, I wish those guys nothing but much love and success, and I hope it really be a very successful event in Saudi Arabia. Although it's new territory, so hey, we gotta, sometimes it can be a great thing. So I wish it all well, and I wish the safety of everyone that goes over. I know we hear a lot of stories, but sometimes things can change, and you have to give people opportunity to see a change.
Definitely, and I'll be there for that as well. To see, I feel is great, and I should be in Vegas for the rematch as well. So last 734, are you there? 734, are you there? We can't hear you, so we've tried. So Deontay, listen, you've been absolutely fantastic. Appreciate you giving up so much time this evening and taking time out of your camp. Watch the afternoon for you. Just want to say all the best going into the rest of camp and on the fight with Ortiz. Is there anybody you want to do any shout out? I've got to say special thanks to Chris Bates and Tim Smith for connecting this interview. But is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to? Any of your charities?
For me, just I just want to give a big love and shout out to everyone that tuned in, all the callers, whether they was a fan of mine or not. Appreciate you guys. Energy was nothing but love, and a lot of people that's going to be tuned in, and I appreciate the fans always. It's just an amazing journey that we've been on, and especially dealing with my career that I've been on, trying to get the right fights, trying to make the best fights happen for the fans. Like I said, I'm only going to be around for 6 more years. 6 more years, and I'm out of here. And I just want to give it my all. I want to give it my best to the best in the world, and I'm willing to put up my record, my belts, whatever. Most of all, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Continue to support boxing. Continue to support your favorite fighters, and wishing nothing but many, many blessings and much love. And don't forget, November the 23rd, Wilder versus Ortiz. You can't make it? Click that button, baby. It's going to be amazing. Love, peace, God bless.
And before we let you go, can we get the Raps on TV with a bomb squad? Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Listen, Deontay, thank you for the time. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll be speaking soon. Take care.
My man, many blessings.
Thank you.
Peace.
Cheers, please. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen,